The unexpected creatine side effect, after 30 days. Have you been taking creatine for about a month and started noticing that your body feels a little different? If so, you're definitely not alone. Most people begin using creatine with one goal in mind: building muscle, improving workout performance, and recovering faster after exercise. And while creatine can certainly help with those benefits, many users are surprised by some of the changes that appear after the first 30 days. Some of these effects are actually positive and can boost your results. Others may catch you off guard and leave you wondering if something is wrong. The good news? In many cases, these changes are completely normal once you understand what's happening inside your body. In today's video, we'll explore 8 unexpected creatine side effects that can show up after your first month of use. Be sure to stick around until number 8, because it may completely change the way you think about this popular supplement. But before we begin, drop your name and the city you're watching from in the comments below. Alright, let's get started. Number 1. Your muscles look bigger. Even without new muscle growth, have you ever glanced in the mirror after a few weeks of taking creatine and thought, wow, I already look more muscular? You're not alone. In fact, this is one of the first changes many people notice after about a month of consistent creatine use. What surprises many beginners is that this fuller, stronger appearance can happen even before significant muscle growth takes place. The reason comes down to how creatine works inside your body. Creatine helps draw water into your muscle cells, increasing what's known as cellular hydration. Think of it as giving your muscles a natural, filled-out look from the inside. As your muscles hold more water, they often appear larger, rounder, firmer, and more defined. Your shirts may fit a little tighter, your arms may look more impressive, and your overall physique may seem more athletic, even if you've only been using creatine for a few weeks. This is one of the reasons creatine has become one of the most popular and well-researched supplements among athletes, bodybuilders, and fitness enthusiasts around the world. People love seeing visible changes, and creatine often delivers an early boost in appearance that can help increase motivation and confidence. What's especially interesting is that these visual improvements don't necessarily mean you've built a large amount of new muscle tissue yet. Much of the change comes from increased water stored inside the muscles themselves. While actual muscle growth takes time, this early effect can make you look stronger and more muscular long before the real gains fully develop. Number 2. The scale suddenly jumps up. Imagine stepping on the scale one morning and seeing that you've gained several pounds almost overnight. Your first thought might be, oh, am I gaining fat? Before you panic, there's a good chance creatine is the reason behind the change. One of the most common effects people notice during their first few weeks of taking creatine is a sudden increase in body weight. But here's the important part. That extra weight is often not body fat at all. Creatine works by helping your muscles store more water. Instead of staying under the skin, much of this water is pulled directly into your muscle cells. This increased hydration can make your muscles look fuller, firmer, and more defined, while also causing the number on the scale to rise. For many users, gaining 2 to 5 pounds during the first month is completely normal. In some cases, the increase can happen surprisingly fast, which is why it catches so many people off guard. The good news is that this type of weight gain is very different from gaining fat. In fact, you may notice that your clothes fit exactly the same, your waistline hasn't changed, and your body actually looks more muscular. That's because much of the added weight is simply water stored inside your muscles, not extra body fat. Number 3. Your workouts feel easier. What if you could lift the same weight, complete the same workout, and yet feel like your body has a little more energy in the tank? For many people, this is one of the most exciting changes they notice after several weeks of taking creatine. At first, the difference may seem subtle. Maybe you squeeze out one extra repetition at the end of a set. Maybe you recover a little faster between exercises. Or perhaps that final set doesn't feel quite as exhausting as it used to. These small improvements can be easy to overlook, but they often signal that creatine is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. The science behind it is surprisingly simple. Creatine helps your body regenerate ATP, or adenosine triphosphate, which is the primary source of energy used during short bursts of intense activity. Whether you're lifting weights, sprinting, jumping, or performing explosive movements, your muscles rely heavily on ATP to perform at their best. When your ATP stores are replenished more efficiently, your muscles can continue working hard for a little longer before fatigue sets in. That's why many users notice better workout performance and improved recovery between sets after about a month of consistent use. The most interesting part? These benefits may seem minor on any single workout day, but they add up over time. One extra rep here, a little more effort there, and slightly better recovery can eventually lead to greater strength, improved performance, and more muscle growth over the months ahead. Number 4. Recovery happens faster than expected. Here's a benefit of creatine that many beginners completely overlook. It's not just about helping you perform better during your workout, it may also help you recover afterward. Most people start taking creatine because they want more strength, better endurance, or bigger muscles. But after a few weeks, many users notice something unexpected. They don't feel quite as worn out the day after a tough workout. Have you ever finished an intense training session and dreaded the soreness that usually follows? Some creatine users report less muscle discomfort, reduced fatigue, and a greater sense of readiness when it's time for their next workout. Instead of feeling completely drained, they feel more capable of getting back into the gym and performing at a high level. This can be especially valuable if you're exercising several times each week. After all, progress isn't just about how hard you train, it's also about how well your body recovers between sessions. When recovery improves, staying consistent becomes much easier. You're less likely to skip workouts because you're overly sore or exhausted, and over time, that consistency can make a huge difference. The truth is, the best fitness results often don't come from one amazing workout. They come from showing up again and again. If creatine helps you recover better, it may also help you stay on track long enough to see the results you're working for. Number 5. You might experience mild digestive discomfort. Now let's talk about one of the less glamorous side effects of creatine, because not every surprise is a pleasant one. While many people enjoy the strength, performance, and recovery benefits that creatine can provide, some users experience a different kind of change during their first few weeks: digestive discomfort. Have you ever started a new supplement and suddenly felt bloated, gassy, or noticed your stomach just didn't feel quite right? For a small percentage of people, creatine can cause mild digestive issues such as bloating, stomach cramps, nausea, or general discomfort. The good news is that these effects are usually temporary and often have a simple explanation. In many cases, digestive problems occur when large amounts of creatine are taken at once, especially during a loading phase. When too much creatine enters the digestive system at one time, it may be harder for the body to process comfortably. Poor mixing can also contribute, leaving undissolved particles that may irritate the stomach. Fortunately, many people find relief by making a few simple adjustments, taking smaller daily doses, spreading intake throughout the day if needed, drinking plenty of water, and choosing a high-quality creatine monohydrate supplement can often reduce or eliminate these symptoms. Remember, everyone's body responds differently. What works perfectly for one person may not work the same for another. If digestive discomfort continues or becomes severe, it's always wise to speak with a healthcare professional. A small adjustment today could help you enjoy the benefits of creatine much more comfortably tomorrow. Number 6. You start drinking more water without realizing it. This is one of those subtle changes that many people don't expect when they start taking creatine. At first, it might not seem like a big deal, but over time, you may notice something simple yet noticeable. You feel thirstier than usual. So what's actually going on? Creatine works by drawing more water into your muscle cells. This process helps your muscles stay fuller, more hydrated, and better prepared for performance. But as your muscles hold on to more water, your body may naturally respond by increasing your thirst signals. In other words, it's your system's way of encouraging you to replace the fluids being used and shifted internally. For some people, this simply shows up as a mild increase in daily thirst. You might find yourself reaching for your water bottle more often, especially during workouts or throughout a busy day. This isn't something to worry about. In fact, it can actually be a positive reminder to stay properly hydrated. Good hydration supports not only general health, but also how well creatine works in your body. When you're well hydrated, your muscles function more efficiently. Recovery can improve, and performance may feel more consistent. The key is awareness. Instead of ignoring thirst, treat it as a helpful signal. Make a habit of drinking water regularly throughout the day, not just when you feel thirsty, but consistently. In the end, this side effect isn't really a problem at all. It's simply your body adapting, reminding you to support it with one of the most important performance tools of all, proper hydration. Number 7. Your strength improves before your appearance changes. This is one of the most frustrating surprises for many people starting creatine, and it often leads to confusion if you don't understand what's happening. After about 30 days of consistent use, you might notice something interesting. Your strength is going up, but your appearance in the mirror hasn't changed as much as you expected. You may find yourself lifting heavier weights, pushing out extra repetitions, or feeling more powerful during your workouts. Your training performance improves, but the visible muscle changes seem to lag behind. This isn't a sign that something is wrong, it's actually how the body adapts. Strength improvements often happen faster than physical changes in muscle size. In simple terms, your nervous system and energy systems become more efficient before your muscles fully grow in size. Think of it like upgrading the engine of a car before changing its exterior. On the inside, everything is becoming more powerful and efficient, even if the outside still looks mostly the same. Creatine supports this process by helping your muscles produce and recycle energy more quickly, allowing you to perform better during short bursts of intense exercise. That's why progress in the gym doesn't always show up immediately in the mirror. The body is constantly adapting behind the scenes, building strength, improving efficiency, and preparing for growth that becomes more visible over time. So if your strength is increasing, but your reflection hasn't caught up yet, don't worry. That's often a sign that real progress is already underway. You're just seeing the performance gains first before the visual transformation appears. Number 8. The biggest side effect is increased confidence. This is the benefit of creatine that almost nobody talks about, but it might be one of the most important ones. After about a month of consistent use, something subtle but powerful often starts to happen. Your workouts begin to feel a little better, recovery improves slightly, strength increases in small but noticeable ways. At first, these changes may seem minor on their own, but over time, they start to stack up. And then something interesting happens. Your mindset shifts. You start feeling more motivated to train. Skipping workouts feels less appealing because you're actually seeing progress in the gym. Lifting weights becomes more enjoyable because you can feel yourself improving. Even sticking to your routine becomes easier, almost naturally. This is where creatine's impact goes beyond just the physical. It's important to be clear, creatine is not magic. It won't build muscle for you on its own. It doesn't replace proper training, good nutrition, quality sleep, or healthy lifestyle habits. Those fundamentals still matter the most. But when creatine is combined with a solid routine, it can act like a small support system in the background. It helps you train a little harder, recover a little better, and stay a little more consistent. And sometimes that consistency is everything, because once you start showing up more regularly and seeing small wins add up, your confidence grows naturally. You begin to believe in your progress, not just physically, but mentally too. In the end, that quiet mental boost may end up being the most valuable benefit creatine offers. So what's the takeaway? After 30 days of creatine use, the most common side effects aren't necessarily the scary ones people worry about. Instead, many users notice increased water retention, fuller muscles, better workouts, faster recovery, improved strength, and even greater confidence. As with any supplement, individual experiences can vary. What works wonderfully for one person may feel different for another. Now we'd love to hear from you. Have you ever tried creatine? If so, what was the biggest change you noticed after your first month? Share your experience in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next health and fitness update.